Hello everyone and welcome to Retro Brick Reviews, where today we'll be providing building instructions for my alternate combination build of LEGO Harry Potter sets number 75953 Hogwarts Whomping Willow and 75954 Hogwarts Great Hall. This model being the Hogwarts Castle Grand Entrance. And yeah, in this video I'll be providing instructions on how to build it. Or, more specifically, this piece of it, because if you didn't see, I've previously posted a video on my channel where I build the bottom layer of the model. So in this video I'll be showing you how to build the upper two floors. So without any more further ado, let's begin. Okay, so here are all the parts we'll need to start building up the Transfiguration classroom. So we will begin with this 6x14 plate. We'll put a 2x6 in light blue underneath. Then this 2x8. Flipped upside down, we will attach on this 4x4 dish. And a 2x4. And a 1x3 in tan. And then flip it upside down and put on a 2x2 round in green. And add on a 2x3 plate. So we have that. The plate isn't all too secured yet, but it will be, don't worry. Okay, so let's take a 2x4 brick and put a couple of these window pieces up top. Then we will take another window piece with a 1x1 underneath and a 2x2 brick. Then we'll put everything together as such. Then we'll take a 1x2 with a couple of nougat 1x1s up top. And then up here, just a nougat 1x1 and a normal 1x1. And then underneath of here, we'll just put on a 1x1 plate. And then we will just attach this all onto here. So it goes in as such. And then onto this bottom stud here, we'll attach on this 3x3 wedge plate. Okay. And then next up, we'll just add some more window pieces on top of here. So you end up with a 3x3 array. Okay, so now to finish off this part of the wall, we'll take one of these half-arch pieces, atop a 1x1 brick, with a 1x2 anti-slope going towards the back, and we'll put that here. Then on the other side, we will take a 1x2 brick with another one of these half-arches. At the back, we'll put on a 1x1 and a 1x1 with a clip. And then another 1x2 up top. We'll close this off with a couple of 2x4 tiles. To finish off the arch shape, in there we'll just put in a 1x2 plate in nougat. And around the back, we'll just clip on a broom right here. Okay. And that plate's... Honestly, it might be better if for the moment we just leave that off, because it is going to keep falling down and we won't be able to secure it for a while. Anyway, okay, so now to build up a work table for the students, we'll take a 2x8 plate in brown with a couple of these dark orange column bricks underneath. And then up top, we'll put on this spell pamphlet, a golden goblet, in which Seamus may be trying to turn the water into rum, I don't know. More likely he'll just blow something up. And then here we'll put on a stud with a hole in it, and as well as a candle assembly. And then we'll just attach that in here. Actually we'll put it more... Here we go. So you have a good amount of room for your students to mill about, and yeah, just the one table. And now comes what is easily the most complex step I've ever done for any build ever. Really hard, Honestly, a lot of you might not be able to do it, but let's go. So, So it's going to begin with, and pay close attention now, 6, count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1 by, like, 12 bricks, and then you're just gonna put on, like, a 2 by 8, and then bam. Again, like, very difficult. I probably should have mentioned it earlier, because a lot of you probably won't be able to finish the build, because you won't be able to get that step done. Really difficult. Really very complex building. But anyway, then up here, just gather all of these pieces right now. So we're just going to take a 1 by 3, another 1 by 3, a 1 by 4, and a final 1 by 3. And then up here, we're going to take a gold stud and a gold fez piece as the stand for the sorting hat. Okay, and let's just re-add this piece so we don't forget about it. And that is the Transfiguration classroom done for the moment. So just set this off to the side, because now we're going to be moving on to the next section. Okay, so then for our next layer, we'll start with another 6 by 12 plate this time. And this 2 by 6, then a 2 by 8. Then over here we'll put on one of these disc pieces, a frog, and a 2 by 4. Another disc piece with a 2 by 8. And here we'll put on a 2 by 4. And we will actually, because I did a little goof, so we will move this piece over one, so we can move this disc piece up one, as such. Put this here, so then we can have this and this, so the floor ends up looking like this, pretty similar to what we had last time. Okay, so then to start building up another wall, we'll take this panel piece, a 2 by 4 slope, then at the back of here we will attach on 4, count them, 4 of these half arch pieces. And then up here we will attach on one of these wedge bricks, a backwards headlight brick to create a faux window, and then a headlight brick facing the correct way, a 1 by 1 plate, and a cheese slope to round all that off. And that will just attach on over here, as such. For our next layer up, we'll take this panel piece and put it here. Then a 1 by 2 by 5 brick goes here. Then a pair of 1 by 3s up top. And then to form this sort of mini tower off to the side, we'll take this curved panel piece. I don't really know what you'd call that. And then this cone, half cone. And that just goes up here. Okay, so next up, we'll take a 1 by 4 brick and put it up here. Then a 1 by 3, insert it underneath one of these 1 by 1 by 6 column-ish pieces with a 1 by 1 plate on the bottom. Put that there. On the back of here, a 1 by 2 by 2 brick. And here, topping off this tower, a cone piece, and this spike. So now we just have to build the interior of this section. So for our interior builds, we have 2 tables. And they're very simple, just a 2 by 8 and a couple of these orange pieces. On top of this one, we'll attach on a telescope, but other than that, the 2 tables are just the same build twice. So we have, we have just 2 tables as such. And then we also have a build for our gramophone music player, which is one of these pieces in dark brown, 1x2 jumper, this modified 1x1 with the bar at the back, the newer style droid arm in black, stamp piece, a cone, and then this round jumper. And we'll just attach this here in the back, so we can sort of lean it back somewhat so it goes on here. And okay, so now we have our 2 main class areas, and now we just need to build a little segment to connect them with. Okay, so for our connecting segment, we'll take an 8x8 plate, and then on the bottom, we will put on a 2x16 plate, really long, and we'll center that from the sides and 2 from the bottom. Then also we'll put on a 1x4 plate in tan. And for an interior build, we'll have a little trunk, so treasure chest bottom and top. And inside we'll just store a black wand, since we're not using it on Snape. If you are using Snape in a different context other than as the Boggart, you don't have to put that in there. And then also just a clear cylinder, so we can have the Dementor floating if you have a Dementor. And then we'll put Hedwig here. Then we can just connect these 2 builds together on the 2 sides of the plate. So there and there. So the center section does become a larger part of the defense classroom, but for this main floor segment, that's not fully apparent yet. And, yeah, so this is the floor of the second layer. The wall is actually a separate segment, and the wall comes with a bit more detail for the interior. So just put all of this off to the side, because now we're going to go a bit more complex. Okay, so starting off with this front section, we'll take this 6x6 curved plate, and in the corner this 4x4 piece with the potential to have a spinny top here. And then we'll take this castle wall piece and put it here. So we'll make a column of nougat 1x1, tan 1x1, nougat 1x1, and 2 more tan 1x1s. That'll go on right here. Then here on the side, a 1x2x5, and then this octagonal wall piece. I'm using this one with the painting of the guy that for some reason kind of looks like the Pope, kinda? I don't know. And that just goes in here. Connect that up with a 1x2. With back here, put on a 1x1. And then up top, put on a wedge brick, a 1x2 brick, and then this nougat panel piece. Okay. Okay, so to build the Transfiguration play feature, we'll start with this light gray 4x4 disc, and on top of that we'll put on 4 of these corner bricks. On opposite sides we'll put on 2 jumpers, then we'll put on 2 of these panel pieces. That'll just kindly attach. Okay, then a 2x4, a pair of 1x4s, and another 2x4. Top that off with this 2x2 donut tile, as I call them. Then on this jumper, put on a gold goblet. On this one, put on a stupid fat rat. And then here, take this piece, if the camera will kindly focus, there we go. And then insert into that on each side a basilisk fang. And that is a completely safe connection as long as you put them in from the side and not the top. So we'll just attach this piece onto the turntable, and into that gap caused by the panel pieces, we'll insert the basilisk fangs. And now we can put this section off to the side for the moment. Okay, so next section, start with another one of these 6x6 curved pieces. Here put a stud with a hole in the center. Then put on this main tower wall piece. Last one we have. Then make a column using tan, nougat, tan, tan, nougat. Put that on here. Then here put on a 1x1x5, and a 1x2x5, 1x3, 1x4. This piece here at the back, put on a 3x3 wedge piece with a 1x1 here. Then onto that 1x1, attach on a column of 3 of these windows with a double cheese slope at the top. Okay, so here are all of the parts we'll need to build the majority of the Boggart wardrobe. This build actually has way more pieces than I thought it did. Like, come on, this is kind of ridiculous, and we're not even done. But anyway, so we start with a 2x6 plate. On the bottom, put on a couple of these 1x2 jumpers, and at the top, a couple of 1x1 jumpers. Also at the back, put on a couple of these light blue jumpers with this fashion, and then a 1x2 in white. That's how we'll connect this onto the rest of the model. And then at the bottom here, put on this piece that you can attach a figure's feet into. At the top, put on this nougat panel piece. Then for the sides, take a 1x4, atop another 1x4. Here, put a stud. Here, put a bracket. That's what they're called, brackets. Can't believe I forgot that for so long. Anyway, then a jumper and a clip. And then on this side, we'll just put on a 1x2 and this 1x2 with this bit facing towards the back. And we'll just clip that on. On the other side, we'll have a similar build, so it starts the same way. Have the clip piece again. But then here, we'll put on a pair of these, a 1x3, and then a cheese slope, and that just attaches on as such. And then just finishing up with our doors. They're each exceedingly simple. You just take on a 1x2 of these in gold, then a dark brown 2x6 with a couple of great pieces on it for some detailing. And then you just mirror that. So build 2 of those, and those clip on. And you just close the build up. There are some gaps around the sides, but I think it works well enough just for a simple play feature. And then you can just put that in. Actually, it's possible to do it if you have the cheese slope the way I showed you to build it, but it's a bit easier to get it in if you have it this way. So just attach it in there, and we will come back to this section in a minute. Okay, so here are the pieces we're going to need for this next section. So we'll start by placing a 1x2 plate in nougat on top of a 4x8 plate in dark tan. We'll also take in one of these 1x2s that has rounded edges. On top of that piece, we'll put on a 1x2 tile, and on top of this one, we'll put on one of these sort of angled, curved tile-ish pieces, and a 1x1 tile. And then in here, we will put on a 1x2 brick, and we will put in one of these. Sorry about that, everything fell over. But anyway, so then you put one of these long bricks here. Then we're going to make a little column of a 2x2 brick, then a 1x2 and a mason brick, then another 2x2, then a nougat 1x1 and a corner brick, and top it off with a couple of 1x2 bricks. And that will go right here. Underneath of that, we will put on a 1x1, and then the headlight brick with this pyramid piece on it. And then here, we will put a couple of 1x2x5s. And here we'll take one 1x2x5 with a 1x1 brick underneath. Put that here. And then we can actually just... Okay, and then we're actually going to move this brick here down a couple because I goofed. And then just put everything back after that, though. And then this brick goes right here. Okay, and here we'll insert 3 columns of windows. Sorry about that. But anyway, okay. Okay, so next up, we will take this wall panel piece, this being the one with this pointy hat guy painting. And then on here, we will attach on just a brick, this piece, and then this sort of cornery piece, and that will just attach on right here. And here we'll put on a trio of these arched bricks in the front. Okay. And then turning this around to the back, we will have 1x1, a 1x6, and then we'll have this piece, which we'll attach on right here, this 3x3 wedged piece, and then we will then just... Give me a second. Okay, so have it look like this, and then up top, we'll just attach on a 1x8 brick, as well as this 1x1 with a Technic hole in it, going as such. Okay, so next up we'll have a middle area to connect the 2 main wall sections up when they're finished. So we'll start with a 6x6 plate. And at the front we'll put on one of these 1x2s with curved edges, and then 2 1x2 jumpers. And here we'll put a 1x2 tile in gray, here 1x2 tile, and here for a bit of moss, a 1x2 jumper in gray with this olive green cheese slope. Then on the edges here, we'll attach a couple of 1x6s. And here we'll attach on this chair piece, and then we'll build a little desk for our professor, starting with a couple of these corner bricks, and 2 headlight bricks, and a 1x2 jumper, and a couple of 1x4 plates. And top, we'll have a mug, this triangular piece representing a folded up Marauders map, then a stud with a hole in it, and a candle. And then this section just attaches right here, as such. Okay. And then one more thing, we'll just take a 2x4 plate and just stick that under here. There we go. Okay, so we'll start with a 4x6 plate. Take this 1x2 with rounded edges, put it here, and take this piece here, and an olive green cheese slope. Then we will take this piece right on here and put this on here, this here, then scooch these each down to, because I'm dumb, put this piece on here, and underneath of there, put in a 1x1. Then build up this separate assembly of a 1x2 mason brick with a 1x2x5. Put that here. Then take this bracket piece with a 2x2 jumper that's facing the back. Then here put in several columns of windows. So put a fully rectangular one here, one topped with an arch here, one topped with an arch here, and a fully rectangular here. Okay. Then take a 2x4 plate in dark tan, 1x2 jumper, and a 1x2 tile. Put that on here. Then take another 2x4, but put on a 1x1 brick, and a headlight brick, and a pyramid piece, then a 1x2x5, and that will go on here. And then we can connect this piece up to here. So you just slot this in as such, if it'll just fit in nice and easy. So there. And there. Okay, so now you have all this connected up, but let's finish up working on this side here. Okay, so we'll take this wall piece, this one at the back with the big portrait. That'll go on here. Then we'll take a 1x2 brick. This piece here, this sort of wedgy piece. And another 1x2 brick. Then we will take these three arched bricks actually first. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, put them there. And now we'll take this piece, this wedge plate, put that there. And underneath of that, we will actually attach on a 2x4 as such. And then we'll take a 1x6 and a 1x1, and we'll top all that off with a 1x8. We're nearly done with this second level. Here are the parts we'll need to finish up the wall of the second layer. So we will start with a 1x2 brick, one on each side, and a couple of these anti-slopes. And we'll take this Technic brick, put that in here, and then topping this off here, we'll take a 1x2 with that nose, as I like to call it, then a 1x3, and a 3x3 wedge plate. So we'll connect that together. And now let's just finish off this interior with just a couple of touches. Okay, so here are the rest of the parts we'll need for this segment of the build. So we'll start with this 1x2 orange piece, topped with a jumper and a trophy. That will go here for the house cup that McGonagall has stashed in her room. Then for a blackboard, we'll take a minifigure stand piece, a couple of 1x2s with bars, then in the back a pair of these pieces, and some light blue cheese slopes, and that will just attach on here. And then, of course, the Defense Against the Dark Arts classroom had a bunch of skeletons hanging from the ceiling, and I was able to include one of them. So for that, we'll take a headlight brick on its side, this tooth piece, a stud in the back, and a pair of these corner plates, a headlight brick with this triangular piece, this piece in the back for the tail, then a cylinder underneath. And then at the front, we will take a headlight brick, this tooth piece, cheese slope, 1 by 1, and then this piece. So we have the dragon built all up, and we'll just attach it at the back onto that jumper. Then we'll bring in the 2 side tower bits from earlier, and we will just attach them as such. We'll just snap everything into place, as you do. Do that on both sides. If it'll just snap into place, as it does. I did, and then it fell over. But luckily, nothing broke. Except this, but, you know, just snap into place, as you do. Okay, and now we just need to finish up. So, for the top of the Transfiguration Tower, or at least that's where this would be in canon, we'll start with this 6x6 piece, and this large Millennium Falcon cockpit piece, although here it's just serving as a tower. Then a 1x3 plate down in there, and a 1x2x3 slope. And then, in here, as that ski pole tries to get away, we'll take this half cone piece with the molded detail, 1x1 cone, and a lightning rod. And then for the rather simple interior, we will take this piece with a teapot and a flame, and that will go towards the back. Then we'll also take this column piece with a minifigure head for a crystal ball. That will go in here. Then we'll finish off this area with just a 1x2 brick. And that just attaches on right here, if it will connect without shattering everything. You do kind of have to press down pieces on the top and underneath, but if you do it right, it'll connect just fine. Okay, now for the other side. Our final room is the chamber for Nick's Death Day party. We'll start with another 6x6, another Falcon cockpit, if it'll just snap on good. Okay, then a 1x3, this time with this 1x1 Technic brick. Then here a 1x2x3 slope. Then we'll finish up the tower, same as last time. Then for the interior, we'll take this piece for the table, legs, and then on the table, we will put on a little piece of cheese, as well as the main attraction being Nick's moldy cake, which I'm sure is delicious. That will just snap in, there we go, and then that just connects here in the back. And this all just fits on top up here. Okay, and now we just have to finish up the roof in the middle. So to begin the roof, these are the parts we'll need. So we will start by taking this 2x6 roof piece with another 2x6 roof piece, a 1x2 slope, and another 1x2 slope. And we will take a little derp So here are the parts. We'll need to start building the final section. So we will start with this anti-slope. Then we will take a pair of these sort of double anti-slopes. Don't really know what you call these pieces. And then you will take a brown cylinder brick and a blue cylinder brick, as well as a green cylinder brick, so a fair amount of cylinder bricks, and then a 1x2 brick, and at the bottom we'll just finish that off with a 1x4 tile. Then for the other side we'll build something similar, but a bit bigger. So again, just take this anti-slope and these two sort of double anti-slopes. Then here at the back, put in a red and a dark brown, then a yellow, and this time we will put in a corner brick, then have a 1x4 and a 1x1. Okay, so you have that, and now we will proceed on to the very final steps. Second to last step for the whole thing, we will take one of these double anti-slopes, 1x1 brick, red cylinder, and a gold cone, and attach it here to connect the two pieces together. Then we will take another one of those, a headlight brick, a jumper, and this clock piece, and stick that in here. And then we can just attach that all onto that sticking up bar piece. Okay, it is a bit, if you don't put it on right, it can break off, as you just saw there when I did it not too gently. So we have that, and now we can connect it onto the first floor that we built quite a while ago at this point. So let's just bring in the first floor and actually move this section out of the way, because then we will grab the main classroom floor section we built what seems like forever ago, and we will just attach that on. Make sure that everything is pressed down well. Don't want anything to fall off, as you just saw just happened just now. So you want to be careful. Make sure that everything is in its place, because again, while you're attaching stuff, it is not 100% stable, so use a fair bit of caution, I'd say. But just get everything pressed down, and then actually briefly remove this wall section dividing the two classrooms, and then we will bring in our main front build section. Just again, press everything down, connect it all together, make sure that everything's good and sturdy. Okay, and then flip this around the back and re-add that wall piece, since it'll now work as a sort of a connection between the outer and inner parts of the second floor and make everything just way more stable. And as I break that off, it is now time for our final step. Okay, so here are the parts we'll need for our final step. A Technic pin with a stud on one end, and a triangular piece, another one of those pins, a cylinder, a 2 cone, and a 1 cone, and a lightning rod. Then just moving up, we will insert in the front. We have 2 open holes at the top. In the front, we will insert in this triangular piece, and in the back, we will insert the tower. And the build is complete. That took a while. Again, it's over 1,000 pieces of building. And yeah, we're done. About time, right? So thank you all so much for watching this very long video, and I hope to see you all in the next video. And speaking of the next video, I hope after building this, if you made it this far, I hope you're not way too sick of Hogwarts Castle, because, I've got a very special set that I'm going to be reviewing next, so stay tuned.